somebody's watching me. I think it's those two guys over there. They watch me move on here, and then when I leave, they move back out to the other side.
I'm sorry.
I really don't know what it did to this point even, but you know.
If you know there's a problem, everybody comes and
Yes.
raises the chair.
It works, yes.
That's what she said.
In just fine sometimes. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the February edition of Dixie City Council. Ms. Rex, call to order, establish quorum, please. Oh,
Somebody's gotta get it fit. Reduction.
read slowly.
Okay.
Go real slow.
Start on that side.
Maybe go backwards.
Yeah, we'll go back, shake it up and start running at the end.
Do the,
Okay. Mayor Baggett.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Bachman.
Present.
It was like
Ms.
3:58
Allen?
here.
Mr.
It's
Mead.
Here.
late,
Mr.
so
Rozell.
he played not guilty. Let the judge know it's still late.
Chief Easley? Here.
Myself and Mr. Ware.
We have established a quorum. Mr. Strube, would you lead us in our invocations? And Mr. Rozell, will you lead us in our pledges, please?
Lord, we come to you tonight and very grateful to be part of this community and grateful that we have citizens that have stepped up to fill the seats that they've been elected to. Just ask you for your wisdom for them and that you guide and direct them and this meeting be beneficial to everyone in our community. So we lift this meeting up to you, Lord, and put it in your hands. Pray in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
You may be seated. As always, please be respectful of the council and anyone who has business before the council. Silence your cell phones. If you feel the need to have a private conversation, please take it outside because it is distracting. Ms. Gonzalez is in the back with her camera, and you will all be YouTube stars this time tomorrow. Miss Deanna, you are the only one on here to speak. However, you're on the agenda.
I didn't realize that.
Okay, so you wanna just wait? Okay.
That's
Gives you
fine,
more than-
unless you can put me
You get more
first.
than 3 minutes that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okey-doke. But we're going to go through this anyway because it's quick and maybe I'll have it memorized in the next 1 year and 3 months that I'm not counting. Public comments pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.007. Members of the public may speak on an agenda item during the public communication section of the meeting or at the time the agenda item is called for discussion by the mayor. Speakers shall be given 3 minutes to speak. A speaker needing translator or interpreter may be given 6 minutes to speak. Members of the public wishing to address the council on non-agenda items may do so pursuant to the same time constraints as agenda items. The council will not comment on items not on the agenda. However, the council may refer the item to city staff for research, resolution, or referral of the matter to the council as a future agenda item. And we have no one right now. Just a few items of community interest. One of the big things we have coming up is chamber banquet next Thursday night, the 26th. If you have not reserved your table or gotten your individual seats, please see Miss Laura. She can help you out there. I have a few things in March. Bingo, potluck, farming information at Alert and one of the Rutherford Brothers will be there and tell you how he grows his awesome watermelons. That's at 6:30 on Tuesday night, the 3rd. And we have a few things here and there. Mr. Beam and I will be at a mid-year conference for TML on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Museum Musical is coming up, and everything is on the community calendar. So let's go right into the first items of agenda. Volunteer Fire Department. I was hiding behind the podium. I didn't see you there.
Small guy behind,
There
but I tried.
you go.
I did, you have any questions on the monthly report? Other than we, get some more calls since we were running slow on, or low on previous months. You can see we ramped up quite a bit, so, and then new customers, I guess you'd say.
No questions, you just had more medical calls.
Get more medical, more fire.
Is that associated with probably the freeze? Do you know?
No, before that, we ran maybe
Pretty clean.
one or two calls during the whole week of the freeze,
That's good.
so that was the relief.
We're still under burn ban, right?
No.
Somewhere.
That didn't attribute to any of these fires.
No, not particularly. West Texas is under super high fire danger again right now. Is close to this way, but not here yet, so. The little rain we got the other day helped a lot. We get a little bit more, will help. And Sam's not here at Gray Show, he's showing, he's on the other side of the earth, somewhere across the pond and through the wood, through the desert somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Went to visit his sister, so. Making a video or play or, I guess. So we can't do that once a year.
Okay. Anything else on first report? Guess we'll go into the health and wellness grant award notification.
Got a notification email from Windstar, who we tried to get insurance through and all that debacle. Well, I did file for their health and wellness grant, $5,000 when we signed up the insurance form. We couldn't do the insurance, but they gave us the grant anyway, so. But, the purpose we could use it for workout equipment, gym memberships, bringing personal health, somebody tell us what to eat, wouldn't work in it down there, but. Or we could buy a gear extractor, basically an industrial washing machine to wash our bunker gear, which the department's never had. So every time we run a fire, we're carrying cancer home to our families and our vehicles, and everywhere with that gear, so. That's what we'd like to buy with the grant, which is on, I guess, probably the next line, I don't see it, but that's what the grant is about. Supposed to be a $5,000 grant, so. I think they had a timeline on it, no, Lord, you seen the timeline, it wasn't very long, but.
May 1st.
Yeah, they cut it pretty short, and I mean, we just got the email, so. Fortunately, we got lined out for a supplier to buy a gear extractor. Gear extractor's $5,400 and some change, I think. Shipped here, was like 500. That should do 2 sets at a time, or 2 full sets of gear at a time, which is enough for us to, we can wash, we go to a fire, we got 4 guys and wash some today, and then somebody will come and change them out in the next day and wash a couple. We will have to probably we need to update our water heater situation down there anyways. I don't think it's been working for years, so we just run cold water in the bathroom sink. So we may have to do a little bit of plumbing, electrical in the back storage room to put that gear washer and hook it up to everything. Sure we can find a plumber around here somewhere.
So Jeff, is this quote for one for 5198 or is that 2?
No, it's 1 gear extractor,
Okay.
but it'll do 2 sets of gear
Oh, I
at a
understand.
time. Like on And they go up from there quite a bit. They, I don't think there's too many of them cheaper than that model. But to do like 3 sets, you jump up to 8,000. 4 sets of gear, you jump up to 10, 12,000.
But doing 2 sets at a time would work.
It's just fine for us.
What's the warranty, what's the warranty with this, piece of machine? Are you trying to use?
Most of that fire stuff usually is a year or 2.
No, what's the warranty on the washer stuff?
Yeah, I didn't look at the warranty.
Are we getting a new?
Yes,
So it does come with a warranty?
Yes.
Okay.
And Jeff, your proposal is to pay the balance out of operating funds?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, like we would do with any TFS grant that we usually match 10% or something like that on. It's
Do
just.
we need to accept the grant first, or can we do it all in one motion?
You can do it all in one motion.
Just make sure we get the numbers correct this time. However you do it.
I'll make a motion to, that we accept the grant offered to us for $5,000, and that the money is used toward the purchase of, this ready rack, washer, extractor washer, and that the volunteer fire department's budget will pay for the difference of, this was rounded up to $800 more. In case there's something that's goes haywire, so for a total of $5,800.
Did you say you second? Okay. All right, we have a motion on the floor from Mr. Beam and a second from Ms. Allen to, accept this grant for $5,000 and then use the funds to purchase the extractor washer, and anything remaining would come out of the fire department funds. Any more discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Aye.
Appreciate it. Yes.
Okay, we can move on to the skid grant.
This is the $45,000 ski grant we got from TFS to go with the new truck, that we approved the grant on already. I worked for the last several months when I found out before getting a chance to get the grant, at trying to get quotes from different companies, but because TFS got so much extra money this year, you only have so many fire companies that build trucks and build skid and tanks units, and they are swamped. And they, of course, got a deadline on the grant, but did get with some of them. I had another quote for $47,000 that did not include near as much stuff, basically a tank and a pump, without any extra hose, nozzles, all the stuff that I've got there from this company. And this company, I talked to guys with TFS, and also with, Mountain Fire Department, that's who they're using for their same truck they got, that type of tank stuff that they get. They've already used them twice before, and got good quality stuff. And then everybody else that asked for a quote from, sent emails to, phone calls, they just told me they were too busy right now to give quotes, so they didn't need business already. But
Is good.
they'll be looking for business here in a couple of years and things, they get caught up, I'm sure. But this seems to be a good company. Got probably 36 emails back and forth with the guy on all of it, just really narrowing down every detail of it. And so, when we first,
One question for you.
yes,
It says it includes free shipping to locations.
yeah, they will put it on a flatbed 18-wheeler in 2 crate boxes.
With
Ship it
loading
here.
dock,
Hmm?
it sounds like we have to have a loading dock.
We'll either get it
for-
delivered to Alert, where they've got a forklift, and they can load it and put it on a trailer, and bring it to the shop or here, whatever,
Understood.
or the shop area.
I just didn't know if we have that to do that, if,
Yeah, we'll get it unloaded.
okay.
We won't let them drop it at City Hall.
Yeah, right in front.
Sidewalks are about the same height as them.
Right.
Some
Loading
places,
dock.
yes.
Yeah, it's gonna take, well, this two big crates, so it'll be 700 gallons, and it'll make us a massive heavy brush truck. We get used out there. Kind of a remote control deck going on the front bumper, so one person can drive out and remote the fire and stuff. swamped too, and they're a family-owned business company, but he did say, as long as I get on the list, I should meet the deadline of TFS grant.
They say when they have them till October, right, or August, I think it is, to spend that 45.
October is, I believe so. And then if we do start seeing there's an issue about it or something with somebody shipping the hell, making the pumps or something falls out, we always can get an extension from TFS, which we should know in plenty of time to do that, but hopefully, he said that, seems like everything's cool.
As long as they know it's ordered and we're good, they should give us an extension if we have to have it.
And I'll get an exact time, or roughly exact timelines from this vendor, you know, when I email it tomorrow, call him tomorrow and tell him. Better deadline, better timelines.
Any more questions, council? What's your pleasure?
We approved this bid of 44,455 for the skid, fire truck, and, hopefully we can get it.
We've already been awarded the 45, right? We've already accepted that.
Yeah, we've accepted the grant, but we have to spend the money or at least show that we've.
Working on spending.
I'll second
We're
it.
just spending.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Rozell and a second from Mr. Bean to purchase, 8211 skid for the fire department in the amount of $44,455. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
We'll file some more grants.
Good luck.
Miss Deanna, now it's your turn, come on up. Miss Deanna, for the first time this afternoon. And you are speaking on behalf of, excuse me, Circle and Tiny House Ranch.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We had a extensive water leak that resulted in a over $4,000 bill. And, we found out that the water leak was underneath the pond, so we had no way of knowing there was no leaks in the house. Sheila was sent a text message on December 30th regarding the previous month's bill being a little bit higher. But she looked at the house, around the house, no leaks, and we did have people stay through Christmas and New Year's that never complained of water pressure being low. So, anyways, I got the average bill and I paid 300% of that average bill towards payment. But I'm requesting that we can either make amends with an average bill or maybe the highest bill of the last year, or however you would like to work it, but we are requesting an adjustment to that bill.
Sarah, do these guys get a bill per house or do they get a
Oh,
bill?
and I do have the plumber's repair bill too, sorry.
Okay. My question is, they get a bill per house over there, or they get a bill for the structure, the whole lot,
It's per structure,
per house?
yeah. So this one had independent water bill from all the other.
The cabins have a separate bill.
Yeah, so
for
each
the
cabin has a
house.
each cabin has a separate bill,
No.
or all the cabins together?
No, the cabins, I have a separate bill to
All
get all
together.
together,
Okay,
and then the
That's
big
fine.
house, and the big house is the
Right,
one
right, right.
that the bill occurred on.
oh, it is the big
And
house,
we
not the
had-
little house?
We had people rent it through, Christmas, and then another family rent it through New Year, so they didn't ever say anything about water pressure being low either.
So, cause on the agenda it says Circle and Tiny House Ranch,
Yes,
so is that the big house, or is that one of the little houses?
well, the company is Circle and Tiny House
Okay,
Ranch.
but it was the property that is the big banquet hall house, whatever. it is.
Yes, the
Okay.
big venue house,
Alright,
yes.
I'm just trying to understand.
Do
So is this bill for 1 month? It's $4,700?
Went for five, their average bill is around 5,000 gallons, and it's for 550,000 gallons of water for one 30-day period.
I thought the bill was bill higher.
So you gave notice in December, and the leak,
Yes, Sheila had looked into that and we
if you
didn't
walk
find
around the house and
any
didn't see a
leak
leak,
with the,
so
with the
everything's okay, even though
house.
you got it extraordinary high.
Well, the December bill was not extraordinarily high.
Okay,
It was about $50 to $70 higher than normal.
okay.
Cause I compared it to the bill before, the month before, I'm their bookkeeper. And then, but yes, the last one where she was notified immediately, not through text, we took care of it right away.
And where did
This
you
shows,
say
this
you
shows
found
the
the money?
December
It was
usage.
under the pond, the plumber found it, got to the property to look for the leak, sent helper into the house, listen for any noise. Then I turned the meter on, occasionally turned the meter on and off to try to distinguish sounds, and didn't discover any relevant findings. While the helper was inside, I walked from the meter to the house and found a sizable leak under the pond between the house and the meter with a pipe and leak visible through the water. Then turned the meter off to make sure it was the correct leak and the leak stopped. And we will return to make the roof, I don't know why it says roof, to the 11-4 PVC line. And they came back on 2-4.
So let me ask you a question here. If what I'm looking, maybe Sarah needs to help me out, because I'm looking at something that says February of 25, they used 22,000 gallons.
Yeah.
What happened then? Something must have happened back in February as well.
Yeah, they're probably.
Of 25?
Yeah, 25, do you know?
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a high month, and I don't really know what happened, but they're
Did we give them
probably-
adjustment back then?
This, no.
So that was like you guys
I
having
can
one
look
heck of a
into
party
that,
over
I don't
there.
recall that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
recall
that's
that.
okay, I'm just trying to
I've been
understand.
with them for 4 years, but I just don't recall
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm just trying to understand that you went from 22,000 in 1 month, then you dropped down to what seems to be the reasonable run, 3 2s and 4s,
Yeah.
basically. And then all of a sudden in December, it's 24,000, which is almost a year's time difference, like something's funky here.
Right.
It's like once a year you go to fill the pond or something. No, I shouldn't say that,
We
that's
did
wrong.
not fill the
I know,
pond.
I shouldn't say that, that's wrong for me to say that.
No.
But it's just ironic that that's what it looks like.
Right.
Okay, I mean, and then secondly, it just kind of behooves me that, based upon what you're running, why we didn't hear from anybody last February? Did I miss
I
a
don't
meeting?
know, I probably
Well,
just.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened last February.
Yeah, but I mean, that was another high bill.
Yeah.
I can look into it.
Well, no, it's okay, you don't have to, but I mean.
Okay. Just trying to figure out
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
What's our
it's,
policy amount on that?
It's in the yellow.
But I don't think I
Oh,
was
you don't
taking
have
care of the
your thing.
utility
Yeah.
bills, I think
Yeah.
Jennifer was from Dallas,
You got it?
right,
so I think she just paid it.
yeah, but you see
And
what
I
I'm,
didn't see it.
yeah, you see what I'm looking at, is
I
I'm
only
looking
saw
at
certain things, but
at a
since
pattern
then-
here, like a whole.
Yeah, since then I have taken over all of the circle and accounts that are local, and I handle all aspects of that in the bookkeeping part, so it's not split between 3 different people trying to do bookkeeping and stirring the pot. Cause that's a nightmare and quick for us.
Isn't our policy to do the 300%?
That's per city code, that's the highest we can go,
Sounds like it does.
That's the best we can do.
that's the best we can do under our code.
Okay, and I've already paid that.
What is it, the 37? Well, they're allowed an adjustment for code, policies up to 300%, which is, 1,062, that adjustment considered 3709.
So you paid the 3706, 3709 is what you paid?
No, I got the average average payment for the year, and which was $354.01, and multiply that by 300%.
She paid on that very last page, it's $1,062.03.
Right, that's what I'm saying,
So I paid $1,062.03.
which is,
You're gonna owe
yeah, I mean,
another $37.09.
$37, $3,700. Right, for the full bill, if we don't get a credit.
That's after your 300% credit of your average.
What?
That's after your 300%.
yeah, but that's what she's saying, she's paid the 1,000
Oh,
credit
yeah.
she should have got.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what we subtract from,
Yeah,
what they pay. The actual bill was $4,771.25.
Right.
What's left is 37.
Well, I
We're giving
guess
a
I was
credit of
misinformed because I was told that the pay, the average bill would reduce but not, eliminate late fees, and that generally reduce the bill to 300% of the average med bill amount.
No, your total bill is $4,700, at the 300% allowable rate, that we can take off by code, is $1,062. That's what we can subtract.
that's what we can subtract, that's what I'm trying to say, is we can subtract what you paid.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
which means you would need to pay a total of 3708.
No.
That's not correct, that's what I'm trying to understand.
She's already paid $1,062, if I'm not mistaken. We can
Sarah's
credit,
the one who
we'll
gave
give
me
them
the
that
information,
$1,062
so
credit
that's where I went off of.
off that 3,700.
Right, I mean, I'm saying the same thing.
You guys have been, looking at adjustments over 300%. So she paid the 300%, now you're looking at the possibility of adjusting off 3709.
Right.
Excess of
That,
300%.
that's correct, I understand that. But if we don't do any higher than 300%, we don't give her more than 300% credit, she would owe the difference between the 3709 and what she's already paid.
Yeah, you're not obligated to.
Yeah.
adjust.
Yeah, exactly, if we didn't do it, which is another $2,700 almost. Well, no, because she's already paid you something, right?
So the bill was almost $5,000. So.
4771,
Yeah, so
and she paid you 1,000. If, so,
That's basically what we.
yeah, that's what the credit is we would've given her, at the 300%. So basically, you still get this 3709, if you gotta decide.
No, what we've been doing, what the council has been doing is, when the customer comes in, they pay 300%.
Mhm.
And, the way the policy's written is, if they meet all the criteria and they respond and, they submit the bills and all that, then they're eligible to be given credit for everything over the 300%, which in their case is.
Oh, I see what you're saying, okay.
Yeah. And,
Somebody give her a number, what they still owe.
well, if you give them no adjustment, they will owe $3,709.18. It's up to the council, you can give them up to that amount of an adjustment, or you can meet them somewhere in the middle, it's up to you guys, what you think is fair.
So our policy allows us to change that 300% for the year.
Well, what our policy states, I believe, Rex, is that if the customer is willing to pay the 300%, that the council's willing to adjust off the remaining balance if you feel that they've met all the requirements of our policy.
And all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So you paid the $1,062.03.
But again, if you felt that there's something that's more fair, you could, like, for example, this is just something for y'all to consider. We bill our water and sewer at the same rate. I don't know how much this went down the sewer. I would dare say, fair amount probably didn't go down the sewer.
What's in the pond probably got some.
So,
Yeah, it's in the pond.
her sewer rate is $2,079. You could just say, we'll forgive the sewer rate. You don't have to do the full 3709, you can, totally up to you.
Yeah, that's what I
I like that.
That
I'm
means
good with
they,
that, 'cause we
that
didn't have
means
to
that
process
they,
it, so.
yeah, anything you give them is a gift,
Well,
and you're
yeah.
not required to give them anything.
And how much was the sewer?
The sewer is $2,079.
Even.
Exactly.
I will make the,
Can I make one
Sure.
suggestion, Rex? You might wanna include it to say we'll adjust the late fee off on the sewer part as well, cause there's late fees right now.
okay, I'll make a, motion that we will adjust the late fees off of it, and then also look at taking $2,000 of the sewer cost off
Two,
of the 20.
flat 2,000?
Yeah, flat 2,000
Flat
off of
2,000,
that.
oh.
And, cause they did use some sewer, so take the flat 2,000 off.
Okay, so right now the late charge is $337.20, so you would be proposing $337.20 plus 2,000, correct? Okay.
And that's the entire late charge, right? Cause she made an effort to pay it, so.
That's the
Okay,
entire late
that's it.
charge, yes, sir.
What?
Yeah, he's proposing a $2,000 credit on the sewer and all of the late fees, so it would be $2,337.20 is what Mr. Roselle's proposing as an adjustment.
If my calculations are right, she would still owe $741.98, is that correct?
I think it's gonna be more about.
You think?
Yeah.
Because we've still got, she paid the $1,062.03. And if you
Well, I'll let
take
them
the,
figure all that out, they can do all that at the office, they get this.
I mean, it still has to be figured out on the fact on the total bill,
Right.
4771. You're taking the sewer charges off, basically, because we know the water didn't go in the sewer, it went into the private lake. So you're taking the water bill part of it, she's paid on that water bill part of it, $1,062 so far.
so right now, we have a motion on the floor from Mr. Rozelle to adjust the bill, $2,000 of the sewer bill, plus $337.20 in late fees, which comes up to $2,337.20.
Second.
And a second from Dr. Fontenot.
That's pretty good, yes.
Do we have it?
But we didn't process
You'll
it.
still owe some more, but you won't owe
Yeah.
$3,700.
Yeah,
So,
be sure we give them an accurate accounting.
you'll need to see Ms. Strube.
So the bill would've been 243401 instead of the 443401.
Thereabouts, they're gonna figure it out for you, for
Yeah,
sure.
let them
Okay.
work on it. All right. Any more discussion?
I just wanna make one comment to her, I mean, I think she needs to go back and look, something's going on.
I will look
That's a
into
big
that.
bill back in February, not that you can come here, but you ought to look and see why it happened last year.
Well, in
Something's
February,
going on.
it could've been a good possibility there was a freeze and they had a busted pipe.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if something's not happening during cold time, when it gets real cold.
Yeah.
Cause last February was when we did have a freeze, but this is, it's just weird that it looks like guys do a great job on how much water you use for a facility that has banquets at it and stuff like that. So, this is really concerning that every so many months you come up with a doozy.
Yes.
Okay, vote.
I didn't realize it had happened before.
Question? Yep.
Rock and roll, I mean, go.
Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See Ms. Strube,
I
for,
have one question, Deanna. Did you tell the plumbers that there were alligators in the pond?
I'm sorry?
Did you tell the plumbers there were alligators in the pond?
I was not the one who sent the plumbers.
Oh.
They are aware, they've been our plumbers for a while.
Good.
So they
I
are
was just
aware.
curious.
And we did have somebody come in, I think last show up, a couple of them, but,
well, they
yeah.
like to watch they like a nice wedding, so.
So where do I get my final number,
Ms.
from?
Strube.
When I still have it?
Give us a couple days to figure it out
Okay.
and we won't hold you to
I have a
it.
number I came up with that I probably still owe, so,
We'll need to confirm that, but just give us a couple days.
okay.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Come back and see us anytime. Okay, the next three items, all relate to 411 North Tyler Street. Looks like there's several pages here. Rocky, where, do you wanna take this, or is it, no? All right,
Is Mr. Ricardo Perez here?
I'm sorry?
Is he here?
He does not appear to be.
Okay.
This is something that probably he needs to be here to talk about, is,
Probably.
okay, so I think that we will just,
Table it,
table
motion to table it.
Mr. Robert's Rules of Order, do I have to have a motion to table it?
Yes, you do.
Okay, would you like to make
I
one?
just made it,
Okay,
I just made it, I had just made it before.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you, I have a motion from Mr. Bean.
Second.
And a second from Dr. Fontenot. He does enjoy this. Any discussion on tabling the items related to 411 North Tyler? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I guess we can contact the gentleman and tell him that he needs to be here, so. Okay. I see Ms. Eden back there, come on up. The house, by the way, looks awesome.
Thank you. We have it under contract and hopefully it'll be closing the end of this month, so.
It
Awesome.
looks
Do you know,
great.
do you know, I lived in that house for 10 years.
Did you?
Like 86 to 96.
Really? Which, over there in that area? We did a new one, I don't think we're talking about the same.
Oh, okay.
She may be talking about the one you read.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 110 Broadway. Is
Oh,
that not
no,
the
so,
request
yeah,
we're
it is.
doing?
No, the
Okay.
411, yeah, 110 West Broadway, yeah. So, no, I'm sorry, I built a brand new construction
Oh,
on
no, this
Broadway.
was 110 West.
And it's pretty too.
Thank you, the remodel on, yes, we went ahead and started on it in the hopes that, and if not, if not, we will take a different direction with that, but, so we currently have, Kathy Daniels is my broker, and we currently have 5 locations, and we would like to add another, location for our brokerage in Big Sandy, Texas, that would be considered my office, we have other agents working there. So she currently owns the house, it's currently zoned residential, it's right next door to the church or the
Agape House.
Agape House. It's right on 8 by 80, so we would basically just like to request that there be a variance made to, the current, whatever that's called. Zoning, thank you, yeah, we'd like to use it as a business, turned into a business. So half of it would be the real estate side of it, and then we may have, but we would love to have a title company come, and so all the title work would be done there, and we'd love to have a lender in there, so it'd be 3 real estate related businesses, in one building, but at the very first, it would just be a real estate office.
Y'all gonna park in the back or whatever?
So we're working on that, we've got Justin, he's gonna come and tell us where the property line is, and we can come back, so currently, parking is an issue. We think that where our property line is, like, we could have people turn to the left there and park on that side, just depends on how far over our property actually goes. So we're trying to figure out the best way to do that, and the most affordable option is just gonna be to add gravel. So we're gonna do, I mean, it won't be a whole lot of traffic,
Right.
but, yeah, we definitely plan on adding more parking, because it's just not adequate right now.
There is I've walked the property, anyways, I think it's an asset to the city, just to have that restored like it is, really pretty.
Thank you.
And eventually, maybe when, our grandchildren are 50, you know, there may be some more commercial stuff through there.
Yeah.
But they've done a wonderful job, they've trimmed the trees, it's really cleaned up nicely. The driveway goes back, almost to the back of the house, a little beyond it appears.
Mhm.
So there's a long drive, there could be, the property line goes over, I didn't measure it, but, you know, enough for a car, you know, if they cleared it out, so I know the property line is. And, I don't know, maybe the front, but again, it depends on how much, you know, commercial traffic's through there, they'll have to
Sure.
figure that out.
My main concern would be for them not backing out on the highway, that they'd have a place up where to turn around and come out forward.
Well, you know, we can,
Yes.
they can hire me as a flagger. No, I think it's a great idea, the easiest way to do this is variance versus a zone restrict, you know, change. So a variance is called for in our policy, the only thing you'll have to do, Nicole, is to apply at City Hall
Okay.
for a certificate of occupancy, which will require an inspection when y'all are done.
Okay,
And Ms. Green will walk you through that,
okay.
when that time
And
comes.
you see Miss Sarah for that.
Can I call you tomorrow on that?
After lunch.
And after lunch.
Yeah, variances are handled after lunch.
Okay, Okay,
No,
so,
she's just out tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, okay.
If you call, you'll be disappointed and get me.
I'll
So
So
call
I'll move to
everyone.
approve the zoning variance for 110 West Broadway. For general commercial use.
Do we need to put a stipulation on it that it's while these guys are in business at that place and it goes back to the other way if they were to disband?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna just turn it into a variance
We can
permanently
do it
from now
with
on?
it's gonna be
Leave it
very
variance, and if someone wants to come and get residential,
They'll have to do it again, okay.
No.
Alright, we have, we have a
That's
motion.
another discussion.
Gotcha, that was my additional discussion right there.
Actually, a house on commercial property can be used for residential use. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah, if it's, but, you know, I don't, you know, I don't have a problem, it's, you know, like some of the places down Broadway show zone of business on the front of it, does that show that, or does it show just
It
ours?
Just R2.
Okay, it's not,
Yeah.
not like that, okay.
Yeah, that's all, I think it's
R2.
R2.
Even-
And the entire block is R2.
First Christian Church / Agape House,
It's R2.
and at the other end, the refuge is also R2. So. Alright, you made the motion?
I did.
You did. Dr. Fontenot has made a motion that we, change the zoning on this particular
Not
parcel.
changing,
I'm sorry,
not changing the zoning
I'm
variance.
sorry, not change it?
It's not changing,
No, right.
it's very,
It's granting a variance.
I second, I'll second
Keeps
it.
me out of trouble.
To general business.
Yes,
You'll figure it out.
to
I'll second
general
it.
business. And we have a second. Do we have any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Make sure that you check with Rocky before you start digging holes somewhere on locates and everything, where all pipes and stuff go.
Yes.
And that, just on a personal note, that the signage is not in the way of traffic, whatever signage y'all decide to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up on the house and we may have a banner in our yard part that will be up there. It's only gonna be- yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and welcome.
Thank you. Good to see
You need a chamber membership? We'll get you one.
Do what now?
You
Said
need a
you
chamber
chamber
membership?
membership on it?
I happen to have one.
I probably do, send
We'll
it to me.
get you one.
We'll send you 3 for your other occupants too.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well, you just have to, go with the flow here. All right. Chief, it's got time for another train to come through.
I'd make sure everybody was ready.
Yes, we're ready for you.
Alright. So, on the, monthly report, numbers are up some, which are a good thing, what we've been looking for a little bit. Motor vehicle accidents are still down, so everything's trending in the right direction right now on the monthly report, is what to say that. Unless y'all have a question or a sign for it.
And a lot more traffic stops, that's good.
So I say trending in the right direction. And also more security checks and, that's keeping busy. This weather we had the past month, unfortunately, that doesn't reflect on this report, the next report, but that did slow us down. I mean, kind of grinds it to a halt when you can't drive. Just put it that way.
It's pretty quiet, I bet.
No, it wasn't quiet, it was responding to things that had already happened, because the response was very, very slow.
I just, yeah, cause it was so slippery.
Yeah, our average speed was like 5 miles an hour, so, I mean, it took us a while to get there. Can't help if you don't get there. That's all I have on the monthly report. You want me to go ahead and go to the next things? So, this Laura has, but then it should be on everybody's packet also, is I did submit the city racial profiling report to the state. And we have it's submitted, it's approved, it's there. There's no action to be taken on that, it's just to let y'all know that it is done, I have to just present it to y'all and tell y'all that it's there. It's down on one of the resolutions, or down towards the end there, regs. I think,
And it's available for review at
at City Hall. And if you ever have computer, I could email it to you, but it's a huge file.
That's worth it.
Yes, it's boring, yes. But as far as the numbers went on it, we printed exactly the same as we did last year in the past 5 years in a row. Within a percentage of each category, 1% up or 1% down type deal, so, right on track, nothing standing out there. No file complaints against our officers for racial profiling also, so.
He just condensed 86 pages into 2 sentences there.
Yes. Yes. That's a lot of saying, I know one more thing, but it says further in the resolution, I need to take care of it now, or we can talk about it later. Okay, so down at the bottom of y'all's page, you'll see where it says resolution talking about holiday pay, vacation and sick time off.
Item number 15.
I believe that is correct. So this is a subject that we started approaching a couple meetings ago. And, last meeting, I'll apologize once again, but I didn't get the time to get back onto it to finish it out. Since then, I think I came up with something that works, all these councils in agreement with it, put it that way. So it's leaving the hours I had originally proposed exactly the same. The, city employees, this is for all city employees, not just the PD, it's all city employees. So the city employees from years 0 through 5 would earn 84 hours a year of vacation, which is the same hours that we talked about in the past. From years 6 through 10, they'd earn 108 hours of vacation, same as last time, and then years 10 or more is 120 hours. What we have put in place, or what we're asking to put in place here, is a cap. In other words, they cannot accrue more than 200 hours. If they accrue over 200 hours, if they hit 200 hours, they just don't accrue anymore until they use time. It caps out right there.
How come we're not giving a 10-year employee a little bit more hours?
We went from,
You don't have any.
we do too.
Do it?
We have 120 hours before, that's what it currently is, and it's 120 hours.
Oh, totally, you took out.
120 is what it
Yeah.
capped out in the past, so that's why I was capping it out.
So you're just leaving it that way, okay, I'm listening,
I
go ahead.
wasn't trying to bring in any more or anything like that, I was trying to, or on the officer side, the issue was in the past, the small amount of hours they had starting out versus other locations.
Mhm.
So that's what I was trying to fix.
Trying to make this a little bit more competitive or
No,
at least stay up with the other folks.
But, capping out at 200 hours, which would basically mean, if they hit 200 hours, they just sit there at 200 hours, they didn't get any more time or anything else until they actually use time, then they would start reaccruing the time again. Anytime that they could claim they might have, let's say with 3 months without using any hours, they actually never get that whatsoever. It does not go until they drop below that 200. They don't actually jump back up to 200, if they use 10 hours, they get to 190, then they start reaccruing from 190 back to 200. So it's not like a pool or anything like that, it just stops. Just a cap. For any employee who may be with the city right now who has been here for an extreme amount of time and who has earned over that 200 hours, to get this into play, the city would basically make a one-time payout to bring them down to 150 hours so that they can manage this time. That'll give them the time to start planning for vacations and stuff to get them, so that they don't run past that 200 cap, or that they get to that 200 cap, they're there, but that's a one-time situation. And I'm not on that board, I'll tell you that.
So currently for like vacation time, like I was on sick leave, right now, presently, they can, forget the numbers, they basically get 2 days a year sick leave.
They get 48 hours a year at the PD sick leave, I think it's 40 hours a year at the 8-hour shift employees, correct?
No, it's the same for everybody, so right now,
Is it 48 for the water department also?
yes,
Okay,
it's
I'm sorry.
48 a year.
For some reason I thought it was only 40, but yeah.
Increasing that to 72.
increasing that to 72 hours, so.
So-
So they would get-
I'm not used to sick days.
So they would actually have up to 9 days a year sick leave, 72 hours.
For an
I'm just thinking, you know, you get the flu.
Yep.
You don't want people come sick because they run out of sick leave. Does it accrue?
And on the sick
Sick
pay,
leave does accrue.
How much can they roll over?
So right now, we don't have a cap on the sick leave at all, that's
We
something
don't.
we're gonna talk about on this right
It
here.
just
We
keep
wanna
rolling
get
over,
capped.
do
Right
you
now,
get
that's what it has.
1,000 hours?
Well, right now, that's, we don't know if y'all want to cap,
Also-
but.
Yeah, we wanna cap it.
Also, remember on the sick leave that we don't pay it out.
If they terminate, you
When
don't
they
pay it out.
terminate,
No.
separate, leave, or whatever, the vacation, you know, you do, like if they, you follow, if we separate, we pay the vacation.
Yeah.
so the policy across the board reads that you don't pay out unused sick pay
Correct.
across the board. So, but you can carry it over from year to year to year to year to year to year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that, in all honesty, I think that needs to be, that needs to be adjusted, that just can't be.
Okay.
Well, I'm for the adjustment, but I don't think it should be too severe, just to cover any.
Oh, no.
If for a catastrophic illness, I mean, I don't wanna punish somebody for a catastrophic illness,
Something like 30 days or something.
you know?
Yeah, I'm not questioning the increase, I'm questioning how much you could just keep
What
rolling
the cap
over.
on the sick leave should be.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're gonna hit 1 year and you're gonna have, you know, there's a reason why you don't do that.
So 72 times 3 is 216. 72 times 3 is 216.
Yeah.
Just throwing that number out there, what's that feel like to y'all, or?
What
do you
is,
think-
I think
what
sick
what would
leave
six,
should be
6 weeks
just
be? Cause that gets you through just about anything that you do, you know, if you have knee surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's
6 weeks,
Well,
How many-
again, it would be,
how many
we'll
days?
go based on an 8-hour day, and it's a little different for the police,
Right.
but again, like David said, when you're on 2 off
Right.
day, yeah, that, it kinda evens out, not completely, but a little bit. That's,
40 times 6.
Sorry.
240.
$240.
it would be 240.
So this state doesn't offer a long-term disability policy for major surgeries, meaning that you go on the state would pay you your salary,
Oh.
not the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a work,
Really,
In
it was
work-
worker
or
comp,
something where the workers' comp would be
non-workers
better.
comp. So like hypothetically, there are states in the union that basically, if you have a baby, you get paid X amount of weeks worth of maternity leave.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Texas
By the
is
state, not by the employer. And then
Yeah,
the
it
employer
does.
allows you to use sick time on top of it to drag it out a little while longer. So,
Not-
I was just asking that question, that's all I was asking.
We could go like 250, which would
Yeah.
be,
that's, you know, cause most of the time, like if you have knee surgery, you're out 6 weeks or whatever.
When you break your leg, you're out
Yeah,
6 weeks.
yeah, that's gonna pretty well cover it.
280 would be, 7 weeks, Rex. What do you wanna do?
Whatever the council, I mean,
The-
just somewhere in that range, I think there needs to be some kind of cap.
200, I think.
Well, that doesn't give you
I
6
would
weeks.
figure it at least no less than 6 weeks. I mean, that would be fair for, just for something catastrophic, it'd be so unfair.
I don't like to say if you break a leg or if you break,
Be
or you
Or
got
into a
knee
fence
surgery
post,
or
cut
anything
your
like
leg
that.
off or something, you know? You know.
So basically what you're saying is you're gonna accrue sick pay until a guy gets to 240.
But you're
and then
not
gonna
ever
accrue
get
the
paid
more.
for it. They
Yeah,
don't get
yeah,
time off.
and they don't get paid out, I mean, it's nothing out of your pocket, so it just
Yeah.
needs to be capped out, so.
It just stops accruing at that point until they.
So why don't we just change it, to say 240, why don't we put a cap on it,
240,
say 240.
I just left X's in there for you guys to decide. so-
240 figures about 6 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that'd be 6 weeks,
240.
640 hour
240,
weeks.
250.
Yeah, give them 240.
Alright. I can put that in the resolution and then y'all wanna vote on it?
Well,
Do y'all see the resolution?
I wanna ask one other question, so
Yeah.
David, when you, and I don't see it in here, maybe I'm not reading it. When you and me spoke, we talked about the people who are over that,
Yeah, that's, here, I have it on paper, here, this should be the same when you go, but it should be just.
so how much time do they have to get, so we're gonna pay them out to get them below?
To get them below, down to 150, whoever's over that.
Whoever's over 200 as of January, we're gonna go backwards and we're gonna pay them out to bring them down to 150. And then they're gonna get their accrual for January and February, cause we're gonna backdate this, right?
We're not gonna backdate it, it'll
Well,
go, it'll be effective January 1st.
Well, that's what I mean.
Okay.
When we first talked about, we talked about making it effective as of Same wording that we're talking about
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
So,
so yeah, it would go into, we're adopting it tonight, but it would go back to effective date
January
January
1.
1st.
right, so as of January one, whatever people have over 200, we're gonna pay them out to get them down to 150. And then the books will automatically put on it whatever happened for January
Yeah.
and whatever happened for February.
It's only, and it'll only, it's not
Yes.
enough to take it over that amount.
Yeah,
It'll-
exactly,
it'll
that's,
correct.
that's,
Even if it's
Start
a
building it
right,
back up
yeah,
towards
yeah,
that.
yeah, no, I was just making sure we,
Yeah, but yes, it is.
Yes, it is in there, and it's in the
Okay.
resolution.
all right.
And that's a one-time only situation. right
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna go back and just fix it
Yeah.
as of
Okay,
January.
so we can make a motion that we go with this resolution, put the 240 hours in there as the cap on sick leave.
Yes,
That is my
motion?
motion.
Second.
We have, I'll hurry. We have a motion by Mr. Rozell and a second by Dr. Fontenot that we accept Chief's proposal and adjust it to where it shows a 240 hour cap on the sick leave. Do we have any more
Approve.
discussion?
Sick leave accrual.
I'm sorry?
Sick leave accrual.
Yeah.
Yes, you got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move on, Mr. Robert's Rules of Order, I believe that
Mr. Perez.
Mr. Perez, okay, hang on one second. We have voted to table this on 411 North Tyler. Mr. Perez is with us now.
I move to take the motion off the table
Untable it.
to consider the.
We have a motion to remove this item, 411 North Tyler from the table and
I'll
put it back
second.
into the rotation.
And
Mr.
I'll
Beam seconds it, any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Perez, come on up. Okay, to us, tell us what you're needing.
Well, I trying to get water on the RV,
Uh-huh,
is why I request the service, like 2 weeks ago.
okay,
Is why I was.
okay, that's what you're requesting, a service to the RV.
The RV still there.
And
Does that property already have a tap on it? I mean, already have a meter on it? Because remember, we were not supposed to issue any more meters. It happened, so it already has, it's already there, so it's already in our account.
is there a split?
Do I have tap or what you got there?
Well, what is his question here? Is he trying to have two services on one property? Is that-
And that's the
Is
issue,
that-
part of it.
Yeah,
That's a single family
right.
resident lot. Supposed to.
There are two water taps, but not two, we're unclear about, I think there's one sewer tap, so.
We're only allowed to have one tap, water tap, and one sewer per lot, property. And apparently, you have 1.5, right? Two, whatever, anyhow, we're not sure about if the sewer was actually separate. There's 2 water taps. There's gonna be, we need to do some investigation. And
Can you tell us a little bit about when you bought the property? Did you buy it directly from Ms. Nash?
Yes, ma'am. We trade properties, is what happened, we just trade.
Okay. Okay,
Really, I don't have much information.
okay.
And you plan on having somebody live in the RV
Well,
and is it a house or a mobile home? I don't remember if
It's
it's
a building.
a building.
Similar to a mini home,
I'm sorry.
similar to a mini home. But it's,
Okay.
yeah, shed.
What do we need to do to determine what we have there?
we can look at the sewer and see if they're tied together or if they're separate. That's what we'll have to do.
Okay, that's,
But there's gonna be two different people living on one lot, is that,
and
that's,
that's
so.
Two different people being two different families, or
two different.
one family just?
Different dwellings.
Right.
Yeah, but is it one family, or is it?
Well, it's zoned as single family.
Yeah, I'm just kinda curious.
We're gonna have to do some
Yeah, I think so.
work on this, research on it. So I'm sure that Mr. Ware will be getting in touch with you and let you know. So we won't take any action on this tonight,
Well,
are we?
we need to decide if the city council is gonna allow two separate residences on one lot.
And that goes against our
Right.
zoning,
And we can decide that tonight.
which is.
You're asking to approve an RV on a, that would be another zone issue.
Yeah. And it, was it completely disconnected at one point in time?
At one point in time, it's,
Okay.
so,
We didn't pull the meter, but it was just disconnected.
yeah.
The RVs have water service up until a certain whatever date.
It appeared that the meter was servicing both buildings at the same time too.
Okay, one meter on two different buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that old mobile home hooked up to one at one time?
I think so, yeah. So, we checked the other tap and it is functioning, the other meter is. So there are two taps and two meters, but we just don't know about the sewer.
Is it classified as an RV or is it a motor home? Mobile home.
Well, there's a mobile home that sits out
And-
front and another one that's just about,
There's a mobile home on the lot?
or there used to be, I guess it's still
It's
there.
still there.
Yeah, I was looking at the map, I drove by, but I really couldn't tell.
So does that mean there's three?
Three buildings
There's
on
three
one
buildings
lot.
on there right now.
And do we have service going to all three?
I think they disconnected.
Nobody's been in that mobile home for years.
For ages.
So,
So that's probably, so we've got a
Yeah.
somewhat of a tiny home, a
Yeah.
building, and an RV, which goes against our zoning. Which would seem to,
Okay, I don't mind, if I leave the RV there and not use it for anything, just park it there. And,
You can park it on
Yeah.
your property,
Okay.
it just
Nobody
can't be
lives in
lived
it.
in.
yeah, okay, I guess we're gonna do that.
nobody
And-
can live in it.
Okay, so we have another old trailer house, and the front is very, so if I fix it, can I give service on the?
All in the same
No,
lot.
We run the
No,
same-
the same, so I have to remove.
It's state law,
Oh.
it's state regulation, that, plus we have to incorporate it in the code. We're faced with a state issue here, we don't wanna get in trouble with them.
No.
So if you just park the RV there, that's okay, you just don't live in it or rent it or anything.
Well, now, will we need to go ahead and completely disconnect any kind of service for the RV since it's not gonna be, Probably
Yeah.
better.
I
Yeah,
think
it
so.
needs to be.
So that's what would happen, and you'd have one meter for one building.
Pick which one.
I'm sorry?
So if he wants to remodel the trailer, it's been there forever. What's it zoned? I didn't remind me. R2 or R3?
You know what, R2?
R2?
Here, you want this?
I got it.
So it's R two, you have to.
I had to read you my notification. I need R2, yeah.
So, yeah, it's either, basically, it's to be able to use the house that's there, or the tiny home. But otherwise, it would be a violation of our,
And you can subdivide, right, or
What now?
potentially?
if it's big enough, you could have it divided into two, as long as you can get that approved through the city zoning and also the, county. But at that point, you're looking at, the two houses wouldn't be able to be on the same lot. So, but,
Can you subdivide it?
and if you ever took that mobile home off, you won't be allowed another mobile home in there.
R2.
R2 and R1 both are single family residential. They have a little different restriction. They're
Right,
still the same.
okay.
So you will not be able to use the mobile home or the RV. You just need to park it and then whatever you wanted to. I don't know if the RV is salvageable, that you might wanna sell it or something, but it has to be there and can't be used. You've got one water tap, one sewer tap per building.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's your, kind of a tiny home? Okay, and you've already, have you already, excuse me, done all the paperwork for the connections and everything on that, so,
Pretty much to hook up to the tiny home, whatever you call it.
yeah.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but make sure the other ones are disconnected. So I would have to approve the water tap or the water on 411, I believe the address, North Tyler.
Yeah, for that.
411 North Tyler for the existing, we'll call it the tiny home, whatever. And exclusive of the other two. And that those be, make sure water department, make sure they're disconnected. You go ahead and
Just
use
use
that
the
house.
one.
I'll move for that.
We have a motion on the floor.
So you're approving the water connection to the tiny home
Mhm.
at 411 North Tyler Street with the request that the other connections at that location be disconnected.
We're denying those, but allowing the one on the other house if you can use that. That's perfectly good.
We have a second.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Fontenot, second by Mr. Rozelle. Do we have any more discussion? Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any questions you have, you can have with Mr. Ware or office work with Ms. Drew. Thank you. Okay, let's see, where? There you are, you're just getting started, we're all over everywhere. Mr. Ware, the floor is yours.
The Public Works, report for January 2026. We had 7 water meters, water meters turned on were 7, water meters turned off were 7. Disconnects were 22, we were a little higher this past month. Meter readings were 734. We had a pump go down at our wastewater plant and it's being repaired right now. We had $1,900 in sales for, boring companies that's been coming through. And we had we made it through the ice storm pretty good. We had one frozen water line that we had to repair down at the wastewater plant. And that turned out to be a minor thing. So everything else we hoped that it wouldn't freeze up and we covered with insulation as best we could. So we made it through that pretty good. Going on to, number 9 on your sheet, we're gonna make a preemptive decision and decide to get a generator just in case we lost power for any time. We did lose power for about 3 hours, but it came back on. If it had been off all night, we would have used our generator and kept the water going, but we had enough water to make it all night. We did have to go ahead and pay $3,432.38, and I'm requesting the council to go ahead and approve that, even though it's in the past.
We've got a couple of things that I'm gonna have to ask forgiveness for.
No, that was a direction under emergency management, potential
Right,
Yeah.
hazard mitigation,
and
that the mayor made the decision.
through Laura's, because the last time this happened, the week-long thing, Father's Day hot, Laura scrambled to get us a generator.
We were lucky to get it.
We were exceptionally lucky to get it.
Well, this particular one, council, was one, it's the only one that was available. And we had a little meeting downtown and that's,
Yeah, and she had,
it was a necessary preemptive to protect our water system. I'll move to
been already established.
approve the payment of
Good people.
32, and that.
So we are asking your council approval on $3,432.38. Pay for the generator that we mercifully did not have to use.
You get a motion, right? I'll second.
Dr. Fontenot has made the motion to approve this purchase of the rental, and Mr. Bean has second. Any more discussion?
Aren't we looking at trying to get a generator?
Oh,
and
several.
look at grants and that?
Yeah, we're still, in the
We've
process.
we've been awarded, but they have not actually taken the step where we can go out for bids, but we've been awarded, so.
We'll get
Wheels
close.
move slow,
We are
Okay.
but it'll be nice.
slower than snails.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And, moving on to number 10, our project, the tank project has been completed. We started filling the tank today up to, I think we put 5,000 or 6,000 gallons in it, and they super chlorinated it, and it's gotta sit for 24 hours, and then we will fill it to overflowing, and then it'll be sitting for another 24 hours, and then we'll take some bacteria test to send to the state to make sure that everything's okay with it. So it's a process, maybe by the end of the week, we'll have it back online. We did pay out the money, which was very painful to see that go, but anyway. Along the way, we had to make some upgrades to the tank, that we kind of foresaw, but not really. The first item here is, 2 ultrasonic level controls. The old style was hanging 3 or 4 wires off down into the water, and it sensed the level of the water, and chlorine had eaten up the wires and just, pretty much destroyed them. So, just like at our college well yard, we went ahead and put an ultrasonic system in, and it is, it's very good, very accurate. And so we had to do that before the painting contractors could actually finish the job. We had to weld a new, coupler on top of the tank and, do a few things on that. But the price came up to $5,259.30 for 2 wells and 2 relays and, process controllers, which was actually a lot cheaper than the price we had to pay for the college well yard.
So basically, in order to get our wells back up, Stan recommended we go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
When we did college, which was 1 tank, and they had to get in there and work with it full, they charged us over $7,000 to do 1 sensor. They said if we can get in there and do it before you fill the tank, we will charge you $52.59 for 2 sensors.
2 sensors, so
And
that's.
that water level is transmitted to,
Yeah, it transmits to the pumps that pumps to the tower.
right,
And it, tells one pump to come on one time, and then the other one rotates in. So there's quite a process that it goes through, and he replaced that, it's all updated. The, electronics that was in there, the company is no longer in business, and we couldn't get parts for it anymore.
significant upgrade.
It is, yeah, it's
Modernization.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion that we approve the, bill of $52.59.30 for the, ultrasonic
A second.
sensors.
We have a motion by Mr. Bean to approve this, expenditure, and a second by Ms. Allen. Any more discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
Okay, one more on number 11. In the process of upgrading everything, we had found a couple other things that had to be replaced. Our light fixtures were LEDs, and they had all burned out, and they were not replaceable in our well pump house. So that was, replaced. And then, we didn't have any phase monitors on our wells or our pumps. And that, protects the pump in case we lose one leg of electricity coming into the, pump house. If we had lost it and burned up a pump, it could cost us $40,000-50,000 per pump, and we have, or per well. And so we went ahead and installed the phase monitors and a couple other items. There was a power monitor installed, and for the booster pumps as well as the well pumps. So it's just updating what was down there, to protect the system, overall. So the cost of that was $3,261.60, which protects us from maybe $100,000 worth of burned out something or another. It would protect us better than what we had at college before, so that burned out.
So we've improved it beyond 1960 technology.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the guy doing the tank said, is that 1935 emblem on the well house the proper thing? And I said, yeah, that's when it was built, 1935, so.
And yes, that's older than me.
I didn't say anything.
Okay,
Uh,
it's his turn.
For what?
Okay,
This will make the old comment.
do we have a motion?
I'll make, well, go ahead, you go right ahead.
Can I make a motion? We, pay this invoice, approve this invoice for $3,261.60.
And I'll second it.
Ms. Allen has made the motion to approve this invoice, $3,261.60. Second, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Mr. Ware has been working diligently with all these groups, trying to get our, wells back online, and a lot of this was preventative of other issues. And yes, it did go over, you know, official spending limit.
We're still under 10% of an overage.
Yeah,
It's very
we're good.
minor compared to the total bill.
But now, the other option to this is every time we have something like this come up, we call a special meeting. This just moves it along because it's something we need, and I don't mind groveling. So, thank you very much for your understanding. Okay, let's go down to financials. Is that where we are? We have
No.
bounce?
We've got rate code for commercial customers.
Okay.
Okay, this one, I'm not expecting y'all to make a decision tonight, but I just wanted to make you aware of something in all of our, adjusting things so that the customers are paying their credit card processing fees. We discovered that, so the system that I've always known and that we inherited and that Miss Sarah is working with now, we only have one commercial water
motion that we make a correction to this, rate charge to the commercial, the county people within Big Seven County properties, that the rate be per the ordinance of 1.5%.
To go in effect.
As of the billing for April first, next, cause you're gonna do the billing for March, so the next billing would be the April
Right,
bill.
so if it goes into effect right now, or with our next meter readings, which is the next few days, then that bill
Be
is
there April.
generated until mid-March, and then they get it April.
Okay, but does that give you enough time for you guys to notify them, 'cause you guys should notify them?
Right.
Okay, then go for it,
Okay.
that's perfect, help me out.
So,
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bean and a second by Mr. Roseanne that we begin charging our out of city limit commercial customers the 1.5%. Right, as according to our resolution, is that right? Okay. Ordinance, there we go, ordinance. And it start with the April billing, is that right?
Well, it'll start with our next meter reading date.
yeah,
Which
so
is
it's
in-
basically immediately, it just won't, I just won't see it
So
until.
we'll see
Right.
your bill, so, yeah, effective
And then they
immediately.
will be notified of the change. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you much.
Yeah.
Now when we have financials.
Yes, now we have the financials. Of course, the biggest thing that I think you all will notice is we collected $146,000 in property tax revenue, so January's our big month, and so, anyway, it's really, it is our largest property tax collection month, and it only goes downhill from here, but that's okay, you know, we have it in the bank. The only other things of note is, we are working on getting rid of the, pews at the Civic Center, and, Ms. Baggett and I talked, and we had created some money in the budget to replace pews with chairs. So we have started to buy some chairs. We need to buy, I think, we bought,
I don't remember how many we bought.
Bought about 100.
okay.
What kind of
we
chairs
bought-
you got, Mike?
Nice
Like
ones.
Like these?
Yeah,
They,
like the black one over there, that one, is it back there?
Yep.
The very back.
So this is in addition to the ones we bought in the past?
Yes.
Or does 100 include those we bought in the past? So we bought 100 new since the last time we bought them.
And how many do we have them for?
so we've got 200 total down there. Anyway, you'll see the Civic Center has slight higher rate, expenses, cause we bought, I think, 8 new ones this month, but in February, you'll see an even bigger increase. Anyway, is there any questions that you guys have about anything? I was trying to think, there were a few bills that we paid at the beginning of the month and the end of the month, so some of our utility bills may look a little bit higher because of that, but,
So the $339.20, I'm on page, I don't know what page, maybe page 2,
yes,
under the
Civic Center.
Civic Center. So we took in $80 in fees and it cost us $725 to run it. But the $339, is that the tables? That's
Chairs,
flat.
yes,
That's what comes to mind. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
table, that's the chair.
it is.
Okay, okay.
And actually, just something that you might wanna know is that, we actually have had a couple of rentals that got canceled due to weather. So, we actually did have it rented more, but, you know, when the bad weather came, we had several cancellations. We had that 2 weekends, so. Yeah, our rentals are a little on the lean side, but, we know with getting these chairs and working on getting the pews out to the.
Yeah, y'all getting some cards for these chairs?
That's
Oh,
something
we-
we've gotta look into.
We haven't yet, Rex.
That's
You're getting what?
the
Cards
cards to
too.
store them on.
Actually, the only reason why we went ahead and bought any of the chairs, it may not seem like a big deal, but they are about $25 a chair, and they went on sale by $6 a chair. So we saved a bit of money by capitalizing on buying 100 chairs at that time, but we have not gotten a cart yet.
And I can tell you,
Good one of those, yeah.
it's better to have everything out there. We had a funeral that had a very large group gym, for their meal after the funeral. They were expecting around 200 people, and we schlepped chairs from here, the Cowboy Church, on a trailer back and forth, and just being able to go is so much nicer.
It's an investment, and.
It is.
And Miss Baggett has plans genuinely to
Yes.
really market it once we get the pews out.
Yeah, once the pews go out, we're gonna
And
put chairs
everyone,
in there.
if we don't get rid of these pews pretty soon, everybody's gonna get an early Christmas present. You're gonna get a pew in your front yard.
So likely this, at the end of this week, they'll be on Facebook, so.
Yes. Make them go away.
We'll invite you
Bon-
to
and
do small
bonfire,
church.
there we go, homecoming bonfire.
Seating for a backyard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for some seventies orange carpet, under the
No,
pink,
thank you.
under the pink, there's
Yes.
seventies
Oh.
orange carpet.
It's
I
like
mean, or
that.
whatever, upholstery or whatever
Yes.
it's called.
Could have been avocado green,
It's green 70s.
high low.
Okay, moving on, any more questions? What is this, Austin?
Yes.
She's got a question.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me find it again.
Okay.
Operating expenses, website for $675, is that a one-time?
It is. So annually, we pay around, $1,750 for our app. And so we pay that, and then we also pay them, same company, we pay them a second fee to do our domain renewal for the whole year to manage. They really just do oversight, but, yeah, it's one time.
I'll make a motion that we approve the financial reports for January as presented by, Ms. Rex.
A second.
Motion and a second to accept financials for January of 2026. Any more discussion? All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Help me. This is, do this. Any opposed? Looks like a coordinated effort. All right, do you need to go over the next two on here, then on here? Investment, whatever, that's just
Oh, no,
information.
those are just for you guys to see.
Okay, let's
where our
talk about the
investments are
January
for
20th
January.
meeting.
Just did my best to get everything on there that we talked about, so hopefully you had.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for January 20th as presented in the packet.
A second.
Mr. Bean has made a motion we accept the minutes from the January 20th meeting, and Alan has second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Alright guys, just a couple of things for me, probably the biggest thing of note, spring cleanup, March 14th and 15th. So mark your calendars, we actually tried to get it a week later, but that was the best week for Republic, so we're on the calendar for the 14th and 15th for Republic for spring cleanup days.
We're gonna have the guys out there again.
Saturday and Sunday.
Have we told the Rotary Club,
We're
see
gonna
if we
do
can-
electronics recycling, if you
Same
guys,
time?
we're
Same
hoping
time,
that
hopefully,
some of
right?
the Rotary will come down and sit down there, cause you guys know more what you can take, and that really cleaned out our dumpster, and we're gonna have our metal dumpster out there too, so, you know, that's always a big party.
I'm sure the Rotary Club will be there shooting.
Don't throw any keys in it.
You know what your hours are gonna be?
Officially,
We'll let you know. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
we'll cover it, we'll make sure it's covered.
Saturday we can usually do 8 to 5, but then Sunday, we're usually full by noon or 1.
Yeah, I
so
think we were there 8 to 5 last
We've-
time, and
we've
Sunday. I
been
think
filling
it
up,
was
so.
Pretty slim pickings. We weren't there long on Sunday last time.
Well, we just have until filled, and then it's, not that it helps, they just leave a big mess for us. But anyway, hopefully, we'll get it all under control. Not our city election related, but right now is early voting for all of the county and state primaries. You can do early voting only in Gilmer, and that actually goes through February 27th. If you guys need dates or times, it's on our Facebook page and our website. And then, of course, the primaries will be at the Civic Center on March 3rd. So that is 2 weeks from tonight, actually. And then, of course, like Ms. Baggett said, we do have the chamber banquet coming up in about 9 days, I guess. And hope you guys will join us for that. We're celebrating our
just like banquets, Hawkins is having theirs on the 24th, their chamber, and Gladewater is having it on the 26th. So, those are always a lot of fun. They give away a lot of awards and that kind of thing, and I think they have a silent auction. I guess that's about it. Daylight savings time's coming up in March the 8th. And we get our sunlight back. That'll be wonderful. Do I hear a motion? to
Make
adjourn?
motion to adjourn this meeting.
Wait, whoa.
Just quickly on the church pews, I just saw one come up, they're selling $50 a piece over in Gilman. So,
We're giving them away.
I'm just letting you know, somebody else is trying to do it too.
Okay,
I'd like to come get these freebies.
so yeah, let's
Those
get
are the
that
ones that Ken got from us for free, now they're selling.
Put that on Facebook, and make them go away. So, all right, we have a motion by
Me,
Dr. Bean.
Dr.
Mr.
Dean.
Bean, yes, Mr. Bean, we have a second.
Thanks, Dan.
From Mr. Roselle. Any discussion, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.